Welcome to the planning session for 2nd grade November Number Corner. Over the course of this presentation, you will get to know the ins and outs of this month's Number Corner, including material prep and setup. At the end of this video, make sure to complete the reflection question connected to this on Blackboard to receive clock hours for your time. Let's get started. Number Corner can be used to open your math block, or it can be carried out at a separate time in the school day, such as in morning meeting. Since both Number Corner and Bridges involve a lot of sitting, listening, and discussing, it may be developmentally appropriate to separate them in 2nd grade to keep students engaged. Number Corner is expected to take 15 to 20 minutes of instructional time. November Number Corner reviews and deepens a variety of skills that have been introduced so far this year, including building arrays, mentally adding tens and hundreds, and measuring with different units. A summary of these skills and the activities that support them can be found on page 1 of the Number Corner Teacher Guide for November. As you can see from the activity key, many of the activities this month are discussion or workbook based. This table lists the standards and mathematical practices addressed in each section of Number Corner this month. These standards are addressed, but not necessarily targeted for mastery at this time. For more information on when each standard is expected to be mastered, please refer to your assessment binder. Here is a November sample display that you can find at the front of your November Teacher Guide. This may be useful in helping you set up your Number Corner. Remember, this is only a guide. Make sure to set up your Number Corner in a way that works best for you and your students. Many Number Corner components, such as the calendar, are available for digital display through the Bridges website. You may choose to use some digital components instead of having a fully physical display in your classroom. When choosing which components to digitize, think about whether students will need access to the components outside of the Number Corner activities, or whether there would be value to students to be able to view the components throughout the day. This November Daily Planner is available to help you plan your lessons for the month. With November being a shorter teaching month, there are fewer activities and less updating. Calendar Grid and Number Line will be updated daily, but will only have a few focused activities. Here are the components of your display and other materials you'll want to prepare beforehand. As always, you'll need to prepare your Calendar Grid observation chart with the headings and columns as shown on the screen. You will need 1 deck of number cards for Daily Rectangle this month. Take out the zeros, wild cards, and all cards greater than 5. You should have a total of 20 cards left, with 4 each of the numbers 1 through 5. You will be measuring with several different units this month for Calendar Collector. To prepare, have 50 sets of 10 craft sticks and 40 trains of 10 Unifix cubes put together ahead of time. This would be a great job for a student helper. The craft sticks will also be used for a number line activity. You will also need craft sticks for Unit 3, which should be around the same time as this Number Corner. Calendar Grid in November reviews telling time to the hour and half hour and places emphasis on telling time to the quarter hour on both analog and digital clocks. Each day you can open by having a student helper lead the class in saying the date and adding or turning over the calendar marker for the day. On activity days, students will help to fill in the Calendar Grid observation chart by generating the type of clock shown, the time it's showing, and the elapsed time since the last calendar marker. They will also practice setting analog clocks and reading and writing the time. Key questions this month focus students' attention on telling time and on calculating elapsed time. The work students did with increments of 5 and 60 minutes should help them calculate elapsed time efficiently. November Calendar Collector gives students multiple opportunities to estimate and measure lengths of classroom objects in two non-standard units, Unifix cubes and craft sticks. This is the first month that Calendar Collector does not need to be updated daily. On the 5 days that Calendar Collector does occur, students will measure one or two of the objects on the measure and compare cards. Key questions for Calendar Collector this month push students to attend to precision when estimating and measuring, and to consider the relationship between units. By the end of Calendar Collector this month, students should have a preliminary understanding that the measurement of an object depends on the size of the units being used to measure. This concept will be addressed in later units as well. November Daily Rectangle focuses on one activity to be carried out 3 times in the month, the rows and columns game. On activity days, students and teachers will play a game where they draw 2 number cards, build arrays with those dimensions, then write equations to match. At the end, players compare the number of tiles in each array, then roll a more or less die to determine the winner of the game. Key questions for Daily Rectangle this month should draw students' attention to using the number cards to make columns and rows, rather than just building an array from the sum of the 2 numbers. This is also a chance for students to start developing more skip counting strategies to determine the total number of tiles in the array, beginning to build a strong foundation for multiplication. Computational Fluency this month focuses on reviewing doubles and doubles plus or minus 1. Students will use tile arrays to investigate these types of facts. Then the class will play the doubles up game, in which they classify facts as doubles, near doubles, or others, which are discards in the game. After several doubles activities, they will end the month by reviewing take all and take half facts and completing the corresponding scouted out page. Key questions for Computational Fluency this month encourage students to explain when doubles and related strategies work and to prove their thinking. There is only one activity day this month in Numberline. Every day a student helper will still write the next multiple of 10 on the classroom number line, and on the day that you hit 500, you will count on tens on the number line to 490 and then work as a class to count out 500 craft sticks. Key questions for this activity should direct students to attend to the structure of numbers. Remember, for additional resources, you can always check the Resources tab of the Bridges Educator website. We hope you have enjoyed the overview of November Number Corner. Feel free to come back to this PowerPoint as you work through the components to answer questions you may have. To get your clock hour, please respond to the reflective response question in the homework section on Blackboard. We are here to support you. Feel free to email Tricia Gessley, triciag@spokaneschools.org, with any feedback or questions you may have. Good luck!